Hi color kids, this is Katie Carty Hiley from RainbowBrite.net. Welcome back to the Rainbow Land Museum. And what am I doing right now? I haven't really come up with a title for this. So what I'm going to do is I just did a decade in review, but I'm going to do a year in review just because there's a few other things that happened in 2019 that I left out of the main decade in review because I was just touching on the main highlights. So there are a few other little things that happened that were still noteworthy. And also figured while I'm doing that, I can do my trade paperback, pulling my hair, review, because that's something that came out last year. Maybe talk a little bit about what's coming this year in 2020, and hopefully tell you a little bit about where I've been. Okay, let's dive in. So, 2019. Some of this is a repeat. I apologize, but I'll get through the repeat stuff quick. February, we have three things. Issues 3 and 4 of the comic came out. Coleco shipped the mini arcade game to their Kickstarter backers. This is one thing that was not mentioned in the decade in review because it's depressing. But it happened. Also in February of last year, Hallmark took down their official Rainbow Brite Facebook page. They basically, I don't know if they took down the rest, like their Twitter or their Instagram account. They may still be up, but just inactive. Probably the case. But on Facebook, there is an option, I don't remember what it's called, but you can kind of put your page on hiatus, hibernate, I don't know. There's a setting where you can take it down without actually deleting it. So I don't think anything on their Rainbow Brite Facebook page has been deleted necessarily, though could be. And even if they brought it back today, they could still go back and delete stuff. But before I worry you talking about them deleting things, I did back up everything that was on their Facebook page. I had been doing that all along. Like every time they posted something new, I saved a copy of it. So all of the pictures from their archives, trying to think what else they posted. It was mostly archive artwork and little factoids and stuff like that. But I definitely made a record and kept copies of all of that, just in case it never comes back, or if it does come back at some point and they decide to delete that. I don't know why they would, but just in case, I still have all that. It's not gone. Don't worry. Oh yeah, because they were releasing like pictures from the Feelin' cartoon, like that artwork was posted there. I've got copies of all of that. I don't need to do anything with it right now because it hasn't been that long. And like I said, they could bring that page back at any time. All the info would still be there. So I'm not going to worry about posting that myself anywhere until such a time where it's been, 10 years and they haven't touched it, or so, I don't know. I'm not giving them like an ultimatum, like you have to put it up in 10 more years, or I'm just saying nothing's been lost, even though they do not have a Facebook presence currently. I still do, obviously. I'm gonna still continue keeping up with that, as well as my other social media, and I realize I've been not posting to those as much as I used to lately. Hopefully I'll get to that. I'm trying to keep this short, but also explain where I've been. But that did happen. They took down their Facebook page, the official Rainbow Brite Facebook page. But I did want to mention it because it was kind of a big deal. And I didn't mention it myself when it happened. I didn't feel the need to raise the alarm because there wasn't anything alarming about it. We already knew that the Feelin' show had been long dead. We already knew that the toy line had come to an end. When the Lala Orange itty bitty, the online exclusive, didn't sell out, I think we all kind of went oh crap. Maybe they just made too many of them. Maybe I don't know how many they ever made of the Shy Violet. Maybe they'll tell me someday. Whatever quantity they made of her, she sold out in 2.5 days. So maybe they doubled it or tripled it. I don't know. Maybe they thought the same thing was going to happen. I have to imagine they sold at least as many, as they did of the Shy Violet. I can't imagine they didn't at least sell the same amount, but apparently, if I had to guess, I don't know this from anybody, I'm just guessing, they probably made too many because they thought they made too few the last time, and she sat there for a really long time. She's not there anymore. If you search for Rainbow Brite on Hallmark's website, you will not find her, but if you have one of my old links that goes directly to the listing for her, she's there. But what's interesting is on that page now, instead of saying online only, it says in stores only. So, if I had to guess, I have not seen pictures, heard from anyone, anything. This is just my speculation, but because it does say in stores only, because it never sold out, I think what they probably are doing, have done, will do, is take the rest of that stock and sell them in Hallmark stores. If I had to guess, I don't know. But the fact that she was an online-only exclusive, and that's on the tag when they make those, so I don't know if they're putting new tags on those dolls, or if they're just calling it a wash. Maybe she's going to start showing up in bargain stores like the Stormy dolls did. I don't know. So maybe keep your eyes peeled, and what was it, like Roses, and I feel like there was another one. I don't know. Big Lot. I never saw them or heard about them at Big Lots, I don't think, but stores like that. Maybe. I don't know. If I ever hear what happened to the rest of the Lala oranges, I'll let you know. But she did not sell out on the website, so that was one of the nails in the coffin on that toy line, sadly. Not blaming you guys. No, I'm, like I said, pretty darn certain the Rainbow Brite fandom was there and bought just as many as they did the Shy Violets, if I had to guess. But, yeah, maybe they were just expecting more interest than was there for that particular character. Don't know. Speculation City going on over here. I'm just saying what happened. So yeah, once they released the rest of those dolls at the end of, it was 2018, yeah. And there was like one more book, and then nothing else, yeah. So last year, they decided to take down the Facebook, because they weren't posting anything anyway. There was nothing for them to post, because there was no news happening. So they just kind of quietly deactivated the page for the time being, and over the following months, people did notice. I got messages every now and then from a fan who would be like, hey, did you realize that the Rainbow Brite page is gone? What's going on? I'm like, yeah, I know, but there's nothing we can do about it, and hopefully they'll bring it back someday. But yeah, so last year was a little bit of a bummer for Rainbow Brite in a few ways, but not a complete bust or anything. It's not like nothing good happened for Rainbow Brite. It was just kind of the end of the decade. It was the end of an era. But okay, let's continue. That's just February. I gotta get on this. Okay. March, issue 5 of the comic was released and the Japanese stationery items hit the market. April, Rainbow Brite made a cameo in the Netflix movie Unicorn Store, which is a really cute movie. If you didn't watch it, you should. It stars Brie Larson, who played Captain Marvel. I wonder if she's actually a Rainbow Brite fan. It's either her or the writer of the movie. I don't know who wrote that. Anyway, I think she wrote it, maybe, or directed. I don't know. I think she was involved in it, apart from just being the star actress in it. Whatever the case, Rainbow Brite makes an appearance, and it made me happy. In June, the trade paperback of the comic was released. Let me give you the rest of the year, and then I'll come back and talk about this. Also in June, why is there a star beside that? I have no idea. Okay. Truffleshuffle.com released a new shirt design, a bento box, a doormat, and an enamel pin, all of which I have in a box somewhere. I'm going to get to it eventually, but yeah, that's when those items were released, was in June. Also in June, I got a couple things in June. Also in June, Coleco made their mini arcade game available for sale online just to the public for anyone who missed out on the Kickstarter. And nothing was done for this except for me and Renee going, happy anniversary. But June 27th of 2019 was the 35th anniversary of the Rainbow Brite animated series debuting in syndication. So, big year for the cartoon, and nothing was done for it. We had it already on DVD, Hallmark, can't even say their name right now. Hallmark had put, oh, sorry, I need to unplug this, I think. It's telling me it's getting hot. Sorry. I don't want to overheat this thing while I'm recording. Yeah. 35 years. Right, DVD. That's where I was. So Hallmark had put the series on DVD, what was that, 2018 or 2017? Like, it had been out for a couple of years, I think. So I guess they didn't need to do another thing necessarily for the cartoon since they had already made it available for purchase. But it was still kind of a bummer that they didn't even do like an ornament for her in 2019 to celebrate that, because that's a pretty big milestone. I mean, they did a 30th anniversary ornament for her, but that was her copyright year. They didn't actually release one the year of the animated series anniversary. For the 30th anniversary, I mean, back in 2014, right. They released one in 2013 for the copyright year, did not release one in 2014 for the cartoon and doll anniversary year. But yeah, I thought for the 30th, my words are really running together, I'm really sorry. I thought for the 35th anniversary of the show, something might happen, but I think it was still just the downhill from all they had done for the 30th anniversary, and after that, it was just too soon probably for them to do anything new for it. So it's not like I expected a brand new toy line or a new series or anything big like that. An ornament would have been nice, but we did not get an ornament, and it was the first year since 2014 that we didn't get one. So that also was kind of a bummer, because we got one in 2013, they skipped 2014, but then we got one 15, 16, 17, and 18, but then nothing for 2019. Sigh. But anyway, that happened. So, a good thing, in July, Rainbow Brite cereal was featured in an episode of Stranger Things, which was awesome. I really loved that show, and I was like, ah! When I saw they were like walking through a grocery store, and there was like just an aisle of cereal boxes, and clearly the people who do the show were very detail-oriented, and put up a bunch of boxes of cereal from back in the day, including Rainbow Brite cereal, so sweet. Love that. In September, HalloweenCostumes.com released a child's Rainbow Brite costume. Like I mentioned in the other video, they made a child's version of the adult one that they had put out the year before. And then in November, TruffleShuffle.com released a set of Rainbow Brite pajamas and another tote bag. So they are still releasing stuff through the end of last year, and they've already released new stuff this year? Was it released this year? Or was it? Oh, it's coming soon. Right. Those are the last things they released, but they already have pictures up of new stuff that's coming. So, they are not letting us down. Truffle Shuffle's going to be there for us for the foreseeable future, and I love them for it so much. So anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, that's 2019. So it was a bit of a bummer because the comic ended and then nothing else happened with it. The Facebook page was taken down. Hallmark just kind of pulled back from Rainbow Brite. They didn't do an ornament. It was like they were just not tired of her, but they had moved on to other projects. They had done all they could do with the property for the time being. And 2019 was kind of their year to take a break with Rainbow Brite. So I get it. They had done a lot in the years leading up to last year. Let's not forget that. They've done a lot for us. But it was just, it was a little sad having been in contact with them so frequently and them putting out updates themselves to all of a sudden they're nowhere to be found. And so that was kind of a bummer. But I don't think that's going to be the long term. They'll be back. Hallmark still loves Rainbow Brite. I still have hope for the future for her. But let me talk real quick about what I do know that's coming out this year in 2020. So a Nintendo version of the Coleco game is coming soon. Excuse me. I don't know exactly when, but Pixel Heart is a company who makes... maybe they make some games themselves, but in this case they took the Coleco game. So they're licensing this from both Coleco and Hallmark. But they'll take video games and make them into a format that works, the cartridge itself is like an original Nintendo cartridge, like game cartridge. So that's the physical format, and also the digital format is one that will play on an original Nintendo, or the systems that have come afterwards that will still play those cartridges. Because there are other, I forget the word for it, but there are other systems out there that will play original Nintendo cartridges. So even if you don't have a original Nintendo or one that works anymore, like me, that's okay. There are other systems you can get to play this on. If I find a good recommendation, I'll let you guys know, because I haven't got one yet myself. I'm just waiting to hear more about the game and when it's coming before I go to the trouble of getting a system to play it on. But it is available for pre-order right now. I will put a link in the description. That's being made. Did I say that already? Pixel Heart. Yeah. Pixel Heart is making that, and they've been advertising it on Twitter and Facebook recently, putting up artwork for the packaging that the cartridge is going to come in, and it's really bright and colorful and beautiful, and I love it. So the artists did a fantastic job. Or artist, I don't know if it's one or more, sorry. Those who worked on it, great job. But the game itself is exactly the same as the one that's on the Coleco Mini Arcade. But I'm personally really excited about being able to play it with like an old school, what's the word? Oh my goodness. The thing with the buttons. Controller? Yeah, control. Sorry. When I do 3 videos in a row, by the third one, my brain is just a little mush, so sorry about that. But I do still have my old controllers from like when I was a kid, and they still work. Or at least they did the last time I used them on a machine that worked. So that'll be fun. I like the feel of that and having it on a big screen. It'll be much easier to record. Like I could never record play on the little machine, just putting a phone between you and that little screen and being able to still move the thing without hitting the phone. It was not a good fit. So that's why I never did that. But once I get this, I'll try to do a playthrough because I'm excited. I still haven't actually played through the game, you guys. I'm so bad. I know. But I hope to very soon. I'm really glad that is coming. Let's see. TruffleShuffle.com, like I think I already mentioned, is coming out with new products soon. I don't know when, but there are 5 new items. There's 3 sweatshirts. Oh, right? Yeah. One's a hoodie. The other 2 are just like sweaters. And then there's 2 t-shirts that are coming soon. And they're really cute. And like one of the designs is a love design, and it's actually one of the old Valentines. So I'm assuming those will be out by like Valentine's Day. The rest of them I don't know, but hopefully, I mean, the sweaters, you're going to want those in the winter, so they're not going to wait till June, I don't think, to sell those. So I imagine those will all be available soon. But I'm really excited for when that happens. So that's all we know about, though, right now. Yeah. And there are only 6 items, or 6 Rainbow Brite items left on Hallmark's website. Even the DVD set is gone now. So like I was saying, last year was the 35th anniversary of the show, and now the DVD's gone. Although I know with the whole licensing and rights thing when it comes to the cartoon is completely different than when it comes to just the character and making dolls and things, like, because that's other companies are involved. It's not just Hallmark. So I kind of get it, that was going to be a limited time thing. I mean, they still had it for, what was it, 2 years, 3 years, something. They gave us ample opportunity to purchase it. I'll say that. So yeah, but it's gone now. It might still be in some stores. If you see it, grab it if you don't already have it. But what's there now? Hold on, I think I can remember. Rainbow Brite, Starlight, Sunriser, the Pop greeting card. Oh no, what am I forgetting? Oh, doggone it. I thought I could remember. I couldn't. Oh wait, maybe I still have that up. Here we go. Tickle Pink. Did I mention that? I don't think I did. What did I say already? I'm just going to start over. Rainbow Brite, Starlight, the Pop Style greeting card, Tickle Pink, Sunriser, and the personalized children's book. Yeah. Which is actually on sale right now if you want it for $10 off. So that's awesome. But yeah, the DVD is not there, nor is La La Orange or anything else. So, anyway, if you want any of those items from Hallmark, from your generation, was that 5, I think, of dolls, I would get them now because things are disappearing and have been disappearing from their website for a while now. They're going to keep disappearing as they sell out. So yeah, get those while you can. But it's also kind of cool that those are still available at all. I kind of assumed they would just take them all down at some point, but that hasn't happened. So yay. Maybe it was just Stormy that wasn't selling well, which is weird because we wanted her so badly. I know she sold well to the hardcore fans when she first came out, but maybe in the long run, Tickle Pink was selling more than Stormy. Maybe that's why they shoved her off to the discount stores and still have Tickle Pink. I couldn't tell you. But that's what's there. Oh, and something that's happening this year, which again, don't know if they'll do anything about it, but it'll be a great opportunity if they did. This year, 2020, is the 35th anniversary of Rainbow Brite and the Star Stealer. That's going to be happening this November. So what do you think? This would be a great year to put that back on DVD, or dare I dream for a Blu-ray release? That would be amazing. Honestly though, either one. Please put that movie back on some kind of physical media that we can purchase. Or put it on a streaming service and don't take it down every year. Like, just put it there and leave it. Put it on Netflix and leave it so people can actually watch it when they want to. But barring that, at least, please, somebody, please bring that back so people can buy it again. Because it's been out of print since, what, 2005? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. 15 years ago. Oh my god, I just did the math. 15 years, that movie has been out of print. 35th anniversary year, perfect time to bring it back. Okay. You see me? You hear me? Cool. Awesome. Do that. While you're at Hallmark, maybe you could put out the, like, Canary Yellow and Spark Itty Bitties with that DVD or Blu-ray. Just a thought. Sell it in your stores as a set. You know, Itty Bitties with the DVD. Because then it would make people want the old Itty Bitties, although they can't buy them from you anymore because they're no longer available. So, whatever. I still think it's a good idea. You should do it. Let me get through the comic. Yeah. It's quick, honestly. This review's gonna be pretty quick. I mean, the review of this will be really quick, and the other thing I want to say isn't too long either. This is the Rainbow Brite trade paperback. It has all 5 issues of the comic in it. It's really cute on the inside. Outside. It's cute on the inside too. But yeah. Really cute. There's not anything really special though. I was really hoping there'd be, I don't know exactly what, but some kind of cool special bonus content, whether that be like early sketches or some scenes that didn't make it in or something. I don't know exactly, but something. All they did was put a cover gallery at the end. Actually, let me go back one more page. I think it actually says it. Yes. Cover gallery. And at the beginning of each issue, it shows the cover, but it's just the Paulina Gnauschow? I never learned how to say your name, Paulina. I'm sorry. It's her version of the cover. So it's not showing the, like, especially issue 1 that had many different covers. It only shows the one there. So at the end, they put all the rest. So for issue 1, we've got the Tony Fleeks. We've got the classic cover over here. We've got the, what is this? Yeah, the New York Comic-Con exclusive over on this side. So if you don't have the comic, now you've got the cover. The North Carolina Comic-Con exclusive. And then it continues on to issues 2, 3, and 4, just the classic that was not put in the middle of this. There we go. There's the last one. The other thing they did with this that's just weird to me, and I wish I could say I like it, but I just don't. They have the cover, and then the next page will be something like this, it's like they took the cover and then they crop it in a weird way and they do this like 3D effect. Like, do you see the lines on there and how they're like kind of blurred? It's not actually blurry, it's just they did this weird line thing. It makes it look like you're supposed to put on 3D glasses and then she's gonna like come out at you. Like, why? I don't think it's actually 3D. Like, I don't have a set of blue-red glasses sitting around to put on to try it, but I really don't think this is actually 3D, and I'm not going to show you all of them because they all look basically the same as that. But I just thought it was a weird choice. Not what I would have done. Like, just put the classic artwork there. You know, the classic cover. I mean, I get you wanting to put all the rest of the covers at the end. Sure, that makes sense. But, yeah, it's just a weird choice to me. I'm not a fan of making her 3D and weird lines and blurry and like, muted colors. Like, don't mute Rainbow Brite. That's unacceptable. You don't mute colors on Rainbow Brite. That's what Murky does, not us. So that's the trade. It's still available. You can still purchase it. And I don't have any good news as far as the comics continuation goes. I did look up before I hopped on this video to see whatever happened with the Charlie's Angels and the Nancy Drew comics, because they came out around the same time and they did the same thing where they had 5 issues and then we weren't sure what was going to happen after that. But both of those fared better than Rainbow Brite. Nancy Drew got, what is this? Yeah, it's a whole nother, I guess it's a paperback. Oh no, hardcover. Huh. They got 2 hardcovers. Okay. So they had the whole, 5-issue series. That was put into a trade paperback. When was that? February 2019. Then it was put into a hardcover. Oh, that's actually coming out next week. It's not out yet. But why? Okay, so why do they get both a paperback and a hardcover and we only get the paperback? But also, apart from getting a hardcover version, they also have this other hardcover, which is a completely different comic called Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, The Mystery of the Missing Adults. And it's 108 pages. So, but there's no, like, singles or floppies of that I can find on their website anyway. I guess all of these were Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. That whole 5-issue thing. Oh wait, no, those are older? That's from 2017. Never mind. Yeah, it was Nancy Drew, 1 through 5. And then, yeah, now there's this new, well, it was last year, July of last year, they got a 108-page hardcover, and this was a completely different art style. It looks more like it's geared toward kids, called Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, The Mystery of the Missing Adults. So they got a whole nother comic series just in one, but hey, I'd take that over nothing. And then we go over to Charlie's Angels, so they had their issues 1 through 5. They got their trade paperback in, let's see, January of 2019. And then, what is this? In July of 2019, whole new series, Charlie's Angels versus the Bionic Woman. And there's how many of those? 4. And a trade paperback. So I guess they only made 4 of those. But still, a 4-issue thing and another trade paperback. So those 2 series fared much better than Rainbow Brite, which, that's how I feel about that. And it just makes me sad. Like, I don't get it. I know some people were not huge fans of this comic, but I thought it was still getting a good bit of support. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe the haters were a lot louder than I thought they were and influenced people for the worse. But whatever. It happens. Not everything is going to be a success. But so for this video to be a success, I'm going to pause it real quick because it's about to cut off on me. 1 second. And I know, once again, this is running long. I've been away a while. I've got a lot to say. I've missed you guys. I'm sorry. I'll try to wrap the rest of this up. The only other thing I wanted to tell you was, where has Katie been for the last 6 months? Because while 2019 was a bit of a bummer for Rainbow Brite, that's not why. That might be part of it, like subconsciously. Maybe I was a little done myself and needed a break, but I really don't think that's what it was. So let me just tell you a quick rundown of the last 6 months and what led to me not making videos. So my last video was released in early June, but real quick, before that, in April of last year, I had been promoted to, so I volunteer for MuggleNet.com, the Harry Potter website, if you didn't know, and I work for their content team. And in April, I was promoted to assistant manager of that team, so I was already putting more time and effort into that. And then in early June, I got promoted to co-producer of the Alohomora Harry Potter podcast that I'm also a host on. So both of those, like, coming together almost, not quite the same time, but close, just kept, made me a little bit more busy. It was something new that I needed to focus on a bit more to get my sea legs kind of in those positions, figure out what that meant for me, what my responsibilities were, and, get into the habit of doing those things. So that was part of what was going on. And then after my last video, I went on vacation. Like, all of this was in June. I went on vacation. I went to a Harry Potter convention, spent some time with friends, went to a concert. So all of that just kept me very busy for the rest of June. And then at the beginning of August, me and my husband traveled to Virginia to stay with his family. And the nephews were there, which is fantastic because they are just the cutest, sweetest, funniest, most energetic, but wonderful boys. And we had planned to stay there a whole week with them. His parents had gotten a new swimming pool put in, and the boys loved to swim. And I loved to swim, so we were swimming and doing all the things and having a great time for about half a week. And then I got really sick, and so we had to cut our trip short and come home. I thought I just had like a really bad cold. Those were the symptoms I was having. But after a few days, when it was getting no better and I went to urgent care, it turned out I had gotten an ear infection from the swimming. So after like 2 rounds of antibiotics, 3 rounds of steroids, we figured out that the ear infection, it was gone, but that ear never returned to normal. It's this one. That's what I keep doing over here. Like, it basically felt like I couldn't pop it. You know how, if you've ever flown, or gone up on top of a mountain, like, you go up and your ears pop because there's less pressure, and then you come back down and they like close up because there's more pressure. But usually you can just kind of hold your nose and blow and pop your ears. Well, this one would not pop. It absolutely refused. It was just sounded like, I don't know, really muted, like I couldn't hear normally through it, and it just felt really off, like it would if it was stopped up like that. So for, several weeks I was taking all these medications hoping it would normalize since the infection was gone, and it never did. And I was supposed to actually go to a convention during those few weeks. Like, I think it was the week after our trip to Virginia, we had planned to go to PowerCon out in California, but my ear wouldn't clear, so I couldn't get on a plane, or else my eardrum may have busted. And that would have just not been good at all. So we had to cancel that vacation, which sucked, because, I love making managed to your friends, and I love that convention. But, I did the smart thing by staying home and making sure my eardrum didn't rupture. But, so I was bummed about that, and my ear was driving me absolutely insane. But, so several weeks went by where I was just hoping it was going to normalize. It never did. So my ENT finally was like, okay, we're going to have to put a tube in that ear if you ever want to fly, because otherwise, like I said, it could rupture and cause really bad hearing loss. So, and I'd had tubes in my ears when I was a kid, so I was not unfamiliar with the procedure, but I was just like, really? haven't had an ear infection since I was a kid, and now you're telling me I got a tube again. I mean, thankfully it was just the one ear, not both this time, but still annoying. But got the tube put in, which, funnily enough, you would have thought, like, immediately the pressure issue or feeling would have gone away. It didn't at all. Like, it still felt clogged, even though it wasn't. So yeah, I had to use eardrops for another, like, week, and then check it again, and, long story. I've already made it too long, but end of the story, basically, is, after, because, like I said, my hearing was not good when I couldn't clear the ear. We had done a hearing test and compared that to the one from the year before, because my hearing was completely normal the year before, and they could see, yes, definitely decrease in hearing. So they put the tube in, and then we did another hearing test, and my hearing got even worse with the tube, which it's not supposed to do. Like, your lower tones are supposed to go away or down for a little while because there's actual, like, weight on your eardrum that wasn't there before. So that part was normal, but I also lost some of my high tones, or they went lower. Like, I didn't lose them completely, but yeah. I've got these lovely graphs that show me all the comparisons, and I'm just like, oh, that's great. They used to be up here, and now they're here, and I can tell, like, I cannot hear as well out of this ear as I used to, and it's still annoying. I mean, not as disconcerting as it was in the beginning. Like, when it's off, it's almost like, I'm not saying it gave me, like, vertigo or anything, but it's very, it grates on you. It's like this really weird, just disconcerting feeling, like there's just something wrong, and, like, sounds will bounce off, like you'll drop something on the floor and you think it went this way when really it went that way. Like, weird things happen when your hearing is off, and it takes your brain quite a while to kind of adjust to the change. And mine is still clearly adjusting because I can still tell I'm not hearing as well as I should out of this ear. But that just made me feel like crap for the rest of August and a lot of September. I was just dealing with that and the super annoyance of that. Excuse me. And then we had a friend come stay with us for a month in September, right to the beginning of October, which was happy to do. She just needed a place to stay for a while, but it just kind of threw my schedule off for a little while. So I wasn't doing all of the things I normally did. And to, like, as an escape for my whole ear thing, I started playing Wizards Unite and really got into it because that was, like, one of the few things that would just take my mind completely off of it. Because if I was doing anything else, it was like I could just feel it and hear it, or not hear it. And it was really annoying. But when I was playing the game, that wasn't on my mind. So that's one thing I at least did to kind of deal. And I'm still playing it because it's super fun, and you should too. Let me know if you play. I'll give you my friend code. So yeah, that was August and September. That was all just ear issues and friends staying with us. And then life got busy again in October. I went to another Harry Potter convention. We had my husband's birthday. We had my 40th birthday, which was a lot of fun. I actually had some friends. We went to a local, not a theme park, but just like a fun park. Actually, yeah, it's called, like, Frankie's Fun Park, where they have video games and mini golf and random stuff. So we did that, and I dressed up in my Rainbow Brite costume, and I had my friends wear colorful clothing. My mom even made, like, a full indigo costume with wig and everything, and dressed up and wore that to my party. It was fantastic. Actually, I'm gonna, like, move over so I can put a picture right here. That's me and my mom. She's the best. But yeah, she made a really, really good indigo, and I freaked out when I saw her costume. Anyway, that aside, it was, planning for the party, getting excited for that, doing that. And then it was, because my birthday's right at the end of October, so then it was the holiday season. I was getting ready for that, all the travels. You know how the holiday season is. So that was the whole rest of last year into the beginning of this year. And all of my Rainbow Brite stuff, as you can see over here, these cardboard boxes and things, all of that has just been, the pile has been growing, and it's become more and more daunting to look at. And you know how it is when you have a project and it keeps getting put off or delayed, and more stuff gets added to it. It just feels more and more overwhelming, so much so that you just don't even want to start or even look at it because you just kind of shut down. And I think part of that was happening too. I just was paralyzed by everything that needed to be done, and I knew how far behind I was, and I felt really bad about that. And I was super sorry to all of you who had been waiting for videos, and several of you were so sweet and like reached out to me to make sure I was okay. So I am, and I have been. It's just, yeah, it's just been several things adding together to make the last 6 months a little bit of a whirlwind and a little bit crazy. But I am doing these videos now, and I definitely plan to do more. I do have a lot of stuff I want to show off to you other than just this comic. Like the Truffle Shuffle stuff that's come out, but also like Janine has sent me some more boxes of goodies that I don't even know what's in them because I'm waiting to open them on camera. And there's a few other things I've bought on eBay and other places. So it's not like I've completely stopped collecting over the last 6 months. It's just I get a thing and then I stick it over here until I'm ready to do something with it. So I will be getting to that as soon as possible, but I at least wanted to hop on and do a couple of videos to let you guys know I had not disappeared. I'm still around, still into Rainbow Brite, still doing the thing, and just doing a lot of other things as well. That's been keeping me busy, but I'm going to try to do this on a more regular basis so I don't get so behind again and so overwhelmed and so like, but yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to tell you today. So thanks for hanging out with me. If you've gotten to the end of this video, you rock. For putting up with me for this long. Especially if you watched my other video first, because that one was super long. Sorry. There was a lot that happened in the 2010s for Rainbow Brite. What can I say? So, yeah. Like I said, I'll get back to doing more reviews and etc. ASAP, because like I said, already have plenty of stuff I can review already. I don't have to wait for anything new to come out to do more videos, so I just need to have the time, make the time, do the thing. Will do. Okay. I'm gonna go now before I start rambling for the 20th time. Until next time, Color Kids, have a rainbow day. Bye.